Not having problems by itself is a problem. Courtesy my good friend, brother, and supporter, Mr. Kingsley Kunton. You welcome to our next episode. In my in the last episode, I failed to connect a story that was to be continued. That's on page 7 of the gossip. Let's get there. Or let's read the last sentence or paragraph before that. So on page 4, it was those scripturally divorced. To be continued. So let's continue now. Those scripturally on page 7. Those scripturally divorced. Page 7, yes. Those scripturally divorced have a right, yes, I've got it. Those scripturally divorced have a right to remarry. Those scripturally divorced have a right to, to remarry. Some people feel that the innocent party has a right to remarry, but that the guilty party ought to be barred from marrying. Okay, that's judgment of the human, because when they are married, they are one flesh. So there is no guilty party, no distance. Well, that's my own opinion. Uh, what such people think? No, let me take it again. Some people feel that the innocent party has a right to remarry, but that the guilty party ought to be barred from marriage. What paragraph? What such people think is punishment for the guilty party, and they are not basing that contention upon the scriptures. Yes, I agree with you. It's not based on the scriptures. Mhm. If the fornicator had no respect for the laws and commandments of God while he was married, who would expect him to remain single? Who would expect him to remain single now in defense of the word of God? Um, it's true that one who breaks a marriage is guilty of great sin, particularly the one who is guilty of fornication, and as a result has broken the marriage vow. But there is no law that a murderer cannot marry. Yes, there is no law that a murderer cannot marry, that a drunkard cannot marry, or that a blasphemer cannot marry. I love that. Hmm? Let me take it again. But there is no law that a murderer cannot marry, that a drunkard cannot marry, or that a blasphemer cannot marry. Certainly, one who is guilty of fornication broke a former marriage and broke, sorry, certainly one who is guilty of fornication and broke a former marriage would be a very poor suitor for marriage. So women, take note. Or men as well. Yes, sorry. This fornication can be committed by either party, either male or either gender. A very poor suitor for marriage. A divorced person should be a divorced person should be slow to marry. In reality, every divorcee is not seen as a good marital, is as a good material for marriage. Sorry. Uh, uh, in reality, every divorcee is not seen as a good material for marriage. No, I don't think so. Mm. I don't side with the writer, mm, whether innocent or whether you're innocent in the marriage or not, notwithstanding. No. Uh, uh, let me see. Seen as a good material for marriage. It takes time for anyone to appreciate the good qualities a divorcee may have, but which his or her former partner failed to recognize in that marriage. It takes time for anyone to appreciate the good qualities a divorcee may have, but which his or her former partner failed to recognize in the past. Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that. Uh, in the end, the man who fails to be the head of his home and allows his marriage to be broken would have overlooked his would have overlooked his God, would have overlooked his God-given role to play as a leader and father. And that's the end of the story of page 4, I suppose. Uh, let's go back to page 4 because it's a continuation of what we saw in page 4. Mm. Uh, of what we read in page 4. Sorry. Let's go back to page 4. Back to page 4. Is it page 5 rather? Yes, it's page 5. Let's go back to page 5. 5 to page 5, and we're there. Um, we're going to the next story. The reason why some schoolgirls get pregnant. Yes, I think I didn't. That's what I was looking for. And the story, rather, is continued from last issue, which I haven't found into brackets yet. Which I haven't found yet. I will still look for some old papers and see. Uh, so, continuing from last issue, it will still make sense to most of us anyway. Some parents are very harsh on their daughters. Mm. They accuse them of being promiscuous and wayward, even when they are not. But if you are with your daughter, you should know whether they are promiscuous or not. That whether they are home at certain times or not, whether it will be you or not. Anyway, in such instances, a girl may not be given a breathing space, and her movements are always restricted. Okay, it's a point. It's a point. Some young girls who find themselves in this kind of unfortunate situation may deliberately want to get pregnant to embarrass their parents. They are bad girls. Oh, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it won't be here. And I believe the writer may even be a woman, sorry, mm, to embarrass uh, their parents. There are some young girls who don't like school, no matter the encouragement they get from their parents, teachers, and friends. I like that. Mm. Okay, school, to them is a waste of time, and they would be desperate to get out of it at all costs. I believe this is a woman talking, eh? Or this is a woman writing. Let's see. Well, either way is right. Okay. The easiest way many of such girls feel they can do that is to get pregnant. The easiest way many of such girls feel they can do. What sort of English is this? The easiest way many of such girls feel they can do that is uh, is to get pregnant. I think that shouldn't be there. Let me correct it, or let me try correcting it. The easiest way many of such girls feel they can do is to get pregnant. Yes, that has been misplaced. Paragraph. Some young girls are very emotional. They appear to be in a hurry to experience motherhood. They admire mothers breastfeeding their babies or cuddling them, and they want to do the same. I believe this rather is a female. Hmm? They want to do the same, who must have interviewed many girls. Hmm? Then, paragraph. Such girls often damn the consequences and decide to get married. And look, you see, and decided to get married. Hmm? I don't know where it's a printing error or from the writer. Such girls often damn the consequences and decide to get married. There are young girls who get pregnant for the simple reason of proving that they too are women, like other mature women who have babies. Usually, such girls act recklessly and idealistically, full stop. They don't really address their minds fully to the stress and embarrassment that go with teenage pregnancy, full stop. Neither do they neither do they care about their career and failure. Some young girls fear some young girls feel ignored, underrated, or abandoned by parents, friends, or even the society at large. Such girls would want to get attention, focus on them at all costs, and getting pregnant is one of the easiest way to do this, to be continued. So I suppose it's not on this paper. Maybe it will be on the next paper. To be continued. Let's see the reason why some girls get pregnant. Let's see if it's in this paper. What issue is this? Volume 2, number 11. And this is volume 2, number 5. And this one is volume 2, number 4. Okay, let's go to number 5 and see if it's there. The reasons why some girls get married. Yeah, it's there. It's there. Oh, so we have to jumping from paper to paper. So it's in the next issue. It's continuing in the next issue. To get attention. Some girls feel ignored either in their homes or school or among their friends. They feel underrated and abandoned by parents, friends, and even the society at large. Such girls would want to get attention, focus on them at all costs, and getting pregnant is one of the easiest way to do this. Yes. Yeah, that is removed here. In the previous paper, it was to do that, to do this, or to that, to this. So here it's corrected. It's one of the easiest way to do this. It doesn't matter to such girls whether the publicity they are about to get is negative or not. Um, whether it's negative or not yet. They just want attention to be on them. They just want attention to be on them. Then there is as the following is in thick print. To marry a man. Uh, so let's start. This often happens when a fairly older man is dating a young girl. Sorry, this often happens when a fairly older man is dating a young girl. The girl may feel that getting pregnant for the man is the surest way to get him to marry her. Okay, naiveness is like it happens. It happens regularly if the man is a celebrity. Mm. The girl will reach a conclusion that the guy would marry her if she gets pregnant for him. Oh, yes, it's right. I believe that. Mm. Okay. Paragraph. In most cases, this has become disastrous. The man may only be playing with the girl and may even have a wife safely tucked at home with children as well. Such pregnancy would definitely be unwanted by the man, and the last resort is either abortion or the man disclaiming the baby, thereby breaking the heart of the girl. Oh, innocent girl. Mm. Okay, under it is another thick print. Mm. They believe, they believe, to relieve loneliness and boredom, to relieve loneliness and boredom. To relieve loneliness and boredom. There are some young girls who feel very lonely or bored with life generally. To such girls, getting pregnant and having a baby is a good way to escape loneliness and boredom. Mm. Available records indicate that once pregnancy occurs, a girl who decided to get pregnant for one of the above reasons usually experiences disillusionment. Full stop. Things are often not the way they felt they would be. Pregnancy and full stop. Pregnancy and having a baby is not fun, as some used to think. As some used to think. I'm reading for it, please. That's what is written there. At the end of the day, they end up sorrowful and regret their actions. How can such girls be educated so that the fancies and fantasies that they may enter their heads to get pregnant for one reason or the other can be the can be wiped off from their hearts and mind. I think this writing is good for teenagers. But if the mothers are reading, they advise them. Mm. Uh, At the end of the day, they end up sorrowful and regret their actions. How can such girls be educated so that fancies and fantasies that may enter their heads to get pregnant for one reason or the other can be wiped off from their hearts and minds? Paragraph. How can these girls be helped to appreciate the need for them to make for them to make the most out of their education or learning a trade their priority, leaving childbirth to leaving childbirth to later on when they are matured and married. Paragraph. It's a duty of parents to be gentle with their daughters so that they are able to share their hopes, aims, and aspirations with them. Mm. A mother who is very close to her daughter will definitely realize from the way the daughter is fond of cuddling babies or neighbors in a motherly fashion to realize that her teenage daughter is having fantasies of being a mother. Oh, yeah, I agree with that. We see it in our societies. Mm. We just behave like elderly people, wanting babies, always holding babies, even babies outside the family. It's there, it happens. Mm. Okay, having fantasies of being a mother. That way, the mother can gently explain the intricacies involved and and disillusionment that will follow if she does not take her time to grow up and get married before she plays with men and boys sexually. Most mothers find it absurd to engage their daughters in sex education tidbits. They feel that way they will be making their children aware of sexual relationship. This writing is by a woman. Mm. Uh, it's better for the child to learn sensitive issues from her own mother than for her to learn such things from equally naive peers and friends. Mhm. Once a girl reaches adolescent age, if she is not taught about sex, she will experiment it. Once a girl reaches adolescent age, if she is not taught about sex, she will experiment it. I don't know if this picture is a picture of teenagers in the class. I don't know. I can't see. So we're done with that story too, and we now go back to page 4 of the other paper again. See if we finish that page. The reason why some schoolgirls get married. I think we've done that. Then I think we leave this one. So uh, we're done with page 4. We're done with page 4. Let's go to uh, page 6. Is this page 4 or page 5? No, it's page 5. Yes, we finished. We're done with page 5, and we'll go to page 6, and I think we will put it in the fridge. That's a Ghanaian saying. We put it in the fridge for our next episode. Mm. Viewers, I hope you understand that I have to jump from one paper to the other just to have a full meaning of the stories that we read. I will have to end here, or we will have to end here. Thank you very much. Baba ila lakai.